All right, so I am trying to figure this out, and this has been extremely annoying. I have to use my really crappy mic, not my good mic that I spent over $100 on. I have to use this $30 mic, so I apologize. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm looking at the chat, and I just want to see how everything looks. So if you guys can hear me, if I sound okay, let me know. Um, if it's too much, oh my god, if it's too much, let me know. Um, I should have planned this better. I regret not planning this ahead of time. I thought it was going to be more smoother than this because I figured this out for my other channel, but for this one, this is my very first time doing it. I'm very happy that you guys have showed up. You hear me just fine? Okay, great. So, um, let me see. I'm gonna try putting this pop filter so that way the pops are not as bad. It's gonna look really goofy, but it's working with the best that I got. If it will even let me. Okay, I think this should be. I think that should be good. It looks goofy, but that's okay because you guys are not gonna see the mic. So, um, right now you guys are watching a blank screen, and that is because I had to figure out the mic situation. I have the webcam. That took me a while to figure out. And I believe the reason why I couldn't use my fancy mic was because I don't have a proper um, plug-in for that. It's really weird, but I'm doing this all on a laptop that has has been my laptop for 10 years. So everything is going to get a little bumpy, but that's okay. Um, this is the first time for this channel, and I reached 3,000 subscribers. We did it. All of us, all of you. We've all did it. We made it to 3,000. I never made a video thanking everybody. So I guess this stream is more of a celebration stream. Am I right? So, how does this look? Can you see my hand? Uh, I don't know. Hold on. Properties. Deactivate, activate. Okay. You guys can see my hand, right? My giant hands. Okay, so I think I'm gonna move my mic slightly to the side, as such, and I'm gonna readjust my seat. So this is kind of my setup. It's not it's not the greatest, but it will do. So I guess the big question is how am I gonna do this without bumping into the mic or my camera? Because I just put this huge foldable table with this cover on it. So, um, actually, I think I know what I can do. Is there a? Huh. I guess I can't do that. All right. So, I should have some music playing in the background because I feel like if I don't have any music, it's gonna feel creepy. I'm in a dark basement. Let me have some music on. That is way too loud. Okay. All right. How is that? How's that? Let me know how that sounds. Because if it's too much, I can turn it down. And here, I'm gonna bring the laptop a bit closer. Okay. Okay. All right. We're still good. All right. Okay. All right, how's everyone doing? Is the music too loud? If so, let me know. I can turn it down a little bit more. Okay. See, this is why I like having a chat. All right, I turned my volume all the way up. Hold on, let me put this to 6 decibels. Okay. How is that? Okay. I adjusted the volume. Let me readjust it a little bit more. Okay. We good? How's everybody? All right. So, welcome to my channel. Jazz is kind of I like jazz. So, jazz always helps bring peace into my mind. So, that's what we're going to play. This music's a little too jazz hands for me, but I guess this is a special occasion because this is the first time I'm streaming. I'm figuring things out. So, thank you guys for coming. We have 8 viewers. So that's awesome. That's kind of a third of a classroom. I'll take it. I will take it. Okay. So, this is all of the stuff that I had not had time to unbox. I've let it sit here for months. I was going to make a video on it, but I figured it'd be better to have a live experience with all of you. I have a turntable. I had a remote. I see it. It's over there. Let me go grab it real quick. Okay, this is more my tempo. So yeah, this is all from Mattel. They didn't block me after the series of complaints and videos that I've made about them. I'm still waiting for my RWB Porsche. I know, it's crazy. I think they saw my video and were like, let's not give the RWB to this guy. This guy complains too much. So now I'm just here with all the stuff that I ordered months and months ago. And I'm also going to open some stuff that has just been in the blister for too long. Like this guy. This guy is a peg warmer, unfortunately. I'm gonna set him free. I think he deserves to be set free. So I'm going to try to organize my area a little bit so that way I can have a little bit of motion. So what do you guys want to start off with? Do you guys want to start off with this big box, We can start off with these RLCs right here. We can start off with a Subaru, or we can start off with all these RLCs as well. Choice is yours. Do the Subi? Okay. Hold on. I want to try putting a poll so that way everyone can have a fair chance. Oh. Okay, I added a poll. So the big box is in the center. We can open that up, or we can do the little boxes, which is this guy here and here and here. Or we can open up the Subaru and what's in these three boxes. I know what's in them. It's not a surprise to me, but I haven't actually like opened them. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'll wait like 5 minutes because everyone's going crazy. So I'm still trying to build my YouTube setup. It's been a work in progress. I need to have better lighting because I don't think the lighting that I have is as good as it should be. So I'm definitely going to work on the lighting. Right now I'm kind of in a situation where I'm probably going to be moving in 3 years, so I don't want to get too comfortable. But I do want to have some sort of bat cave setup for my Hot Wheel RLC and other die-cast stuff. I don't want to make it too difficult for me to move out. I guess that's kind of my goal, is don't make it too difficult to move out. Okay, I just adjusted the gain on my mic so you could hear me a little bit more better. I'm looking through OBS. I'm using OBS to stream this. If you're going to stream anything, I highly recommend you use OBS because OBS is free. It's very, very easy to use. You can see your audio and your desktop audio. You can see the video, all that stuff. Do I have an extra RWB? I do have an extra, but I was going to reserve that for something else. So, besides it, I don't really like selling my RLC. Head over Diecast, how you guys doing? Do you have an Array? I'm doing pretty good. Alright. I want to enable something. Yep, and that's my computer sounding like a jet engine. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Head Over Diecast. That means a lot. You know, I think I might do it today, AK Gaz. I might show you my entire collection today. I'm not ready for a room reveal yet because this room is a disaster. It's like I said, it's still a work in progress, and like I said, the lighting is absolute garbage. But I can show you my entire RLC collection. It's actually in this case, right here. Well, that's a lie. I have a box full of. Yeah, that's now I remember why I stopped using this is because there's a bunch of staticky stuff. Ugh, that's why I hate this mic. Okay, back to what I was saying. back to what I was saying. All of my open ones are in this case, and I have a box full of ones that are still carded. I might just open some that I never opened before, like the Supra, for example. We're gonna get so many more of those Supras in the future. I might as well open the one that I currently have. It's not even a color I like, so I might just open that. Just say screw it. You know, I didn't get my RWB. I don't know when I will get it, but we'll see. Okay, so giving you guys a few minutes to vote. You guys want to see what's in the big box? Awesome. I want to see what's inside the big box as well. So I'm gonna set this stuff aside, just so I have a little bit more room to play. All right. All right. So, all right. So let me see how. Look, I'm just gonna move this a little bit. Okay, let me see how I'm gonna do this because this is a bit awkward. There was a knife here. Now it's gone. There it is. Found it. Okay. So let's open this guy up. Didn't mean to blow into the microphone. You know, I've always had a fear of accidentally like cutting up my Hot Wheels through the box. Always try to be very careful. By the way, I've also set up if you guys don't have to, but if you guys want to donate, you can. I've given you guys the ability to, if you want. You don't have to. Honestly, I like to do this for fun, but if you guys want to donate, the money's going to go towards the channel and helping buying equipment and stuff like that. So if you guys do want to, the option's available. You do not have to. I remember there was like I forgot what what her name was. I think it was Amanda Cerny who was doing Twitch. She's like, guys, I need you guys to donate more than $5. And she had a whole bunch of controversy. That's not the situation here. I don't care if you guys give me money or not. I'm just saying that the option's available. Anyways. Cardboard, boom. Back to the Future, the 40th anniversary. If you guys know me, I'm a huge Back to the Future fan. I have Back to the Future everything. Hot Wheels. I bought that 1/10 scale that's in my room. I also have some action figures. But this is, like, as soon as I saw this, I knew I had to get it. So, this is where we're at right now. Head over Diecast. I don't have a Facebook or Instagram set up yet. I disabled those things because I kind of want to focus on myself. I kind of wanted to stay away from social media for a bit, but I wanted to stay doing YouTube because it's pretty cool. All right, so let me see if I can get this guy out of here without damaging anything. All right. 40th anniversary. Oh, man. The parking lot scene in Back to the Future 1 is kind of, I think it's my favorite scene because of so much happens in that scene. And then we get to see the DeLorean in action, running away from the Libyans. So I bought two of them. One I was going to try to cut open and make it into a diorama, and the other one I was just going to preserve. So I'm just going to try opening this as careful as I can. If that's even a possibility. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so this has just been sitting in my basement for months. So unfortunately, these things are going on eBay for a pretty penny, which is very unfortunate. I mean, you guys know how outspoken I am about scalpers and all that stuff. And, you know, I can complain and make 50,000 videos on scalpers, and the sad truth is, it's not going to change. I mean, it's been in almost every hobby that has any rarity or value. And I'm slowly learning to just accept that there's some things that I just can't change. Scalping is one of them. But I will still reserve the right to be upset, just because, again, this is a hobby, and you know, I'm only in it for the passion. I'm not in it for the money. I just like to collect things. So as you can see from my RLC, this is kind of like my trophy room for RLC. I can show you guys one thing that I am working on. I have a wall, like a billboard, full of pink RLC and chases. So far I have 3 chases, the black R32 GTR, and the GR Corolla, and the Mazda RX-7 FC. 3 of my favorites. Those are the ones that I got. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the new R34 Skyline, just because of how rare I know that's gonna be. I'm not gonna go out of my way to try looking for that. Yeah, but I'm trying to take this stupid thing out of the box, and it's stuck in the box. God damn it. Alright, what do I have to do to get you out? Do I have to shake you out? Do I have to... Oh, am I an idiot? Yeah, I'm stupid. So apparently this comes out like this. So this is kind of like a trailer, and then you use this to pull it out like this. Sorry guys, I'm a little slow. Hello, Mark. How's everything going from Germany? Guten Tag. Is that how you say hello in Germany? In German? I'm sorry if that was off. Anyways, here it is. So this is like the diorama piece that I love so much about Back to the Future, and I knew I had to pick one up. At least one. Again, it's unfortunate that a lot of people missed out on this. I knew with CDC that's always a hype event, and I knew I had to try my best to get in on that before the scalpers came. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to get the Jaws one. Usually my mindset in the CDC is like, try to get one, and Back to the Future was way more important to me than Jaws. I knew that it was going to be a crap show, so I was like, just focus on getting one. And that's kind of my mindset with when Hot Wheels RLC has like those sales where they sell what's left over. I always focus on getting one, not the hot ticket items like the RLC, the RLC collections, not RLC collections, the Super Treasure Hunt collector set. I never go for that because I know there's no chance of me getting it. I try to get RLC that I haven't gotten. That's my advice. But anyways, here is this beautiful shiny box. I didn't even know there was a description in the back. If you guys wanna, if you guys are watching in the future, post stream, you can pause it and read it. I'll read it later. I'm not gonna read it on stream. So there is a little sticker right here. Man, this box is special. It's good. It's a shame that I have to cut it open. Again, this is why we buy 2 of everything. We buy 2. One so we can mess up, and the other one we can preserve. I call it the Collector's 2, and then there's Greedy 3, and then there's Scalper 4. So there's one that's just kind of being mindful. When you buy one, it's just for yourself. I call it the selfish one. And then there's Collector 2, Greedy 3, and then there's Scalper 4. That's kind of how I look at things. Oh, I was right, Mark? Okay, thank God. I didn't want to say anything racist. I guess I should have asked before saying it. I don't know, everyone these days, you gotta watch what you say. Be very careful and mindful. Okay, I just got the sticker undone. Thank God. Sometimes with these stickers, they they just do too much of a good job with these freaking stickers. So I'm trying my best not to ruin the packaging. Awesome. Awesome, got it out successfully. Andres, thank you for the message. So, yeah, I'm doing a lot better, guys. I don't want anyone to worry about me. I know I made that last video describing how I've been feeling. I just needed to step away. I know, like, it's, you know what's funny? And I'm still fiddling with this box because I'm bad with boxes. So it's funny because in my Lamley video, I say, hey, please don't harass Lamley. Just leave the poor guy alone. And I looked at one of his shorts for the RWB Porsche, and some comment said, Prelude Boy called you out. You got to make a response. And I was screaming, I was screaming in my head, like, no, stop, don't antagonize him, please, just don't. Damn it, I don't need a war with somebody that has over 500,000 subscribers. I mean, it's not gonna be a fair fight. Man, why can't I get this thing open? Oh man. Be funny if I had to end the stream because I can't figure out how to open a stupid box. But then again, that's why I bought two, so that way I don't have to worry about the box. That's one thing I don't understand. Like, why do they make these boxes so hard to open? I feel like I'm gonna break this thing. I kind of want to avoid doing that. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Let me try doing the other side. Anyways, doesn't matter, I gained an army in that video. Oh, thank you. Listen, here's what I want to say about the Lamley video. There was some areas where I was a bit wrong. I will admit, him throwing the super treasure hunt stuff, that was a bit of an overreaction. But then again, it's the message that it sends. It's the principle that upsets me, which is, here, let me antagonize hardcore collectors by doing this. It's not about what he's doing, it's about what it represents. And that's what I've been trying to get across, but a lot of people didn't understand it, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to really fight with people. And, damn it, I just ruined the packaging already. Well, that's okay. Again, I have to. It's like they did this on purpose to... They made it hard on purpose, so that way I have a hard time trying to open this thing. Look at this. Already ruined. Tisk tisk. Yeah, there was some. I've watched some videos of people reacting to my video, and you know, I'm happy that I'm able to start a conversation. I want a healthy discussion. I don't want to just torch somebody down. I want to ask questions. I guess my overall question is, it's like, how did we get to this point? You know? Because, you know, people are upset, and every time something goes wrong with RLC, they go to Lamley. I've seen it in this comment section, even with the RWB video, people were just pissed off. And it's not like it's a super obvious thing that people know that he's just a commercial. Not everyone knows that. Some people think that he has a relationship with the company, that he's able to speak his thoughts. But he really can't. He's a commercial, and it's unfortunate. I got it open. Nice. Which, again, it is very unfortunate. Oh, yeah. Awesome. This is awesome. So that came from underneath the believe it came from right here. Oh, I love this diorama. So this is what I was talking about, having a diorama, just leaving it like this. But this is beautiful. I love it. They even got the weathering on the van right. So again, I'm glad that I was able to have a copy of it, because if I only had one, I would have been so upset that I messed up the box. So upset. I would have been like flipping the table over. I'm not fired up. It happens. This kind of stuff happens. Again, I have another one, so it's okay. See, this is why you buy 2 of them, so that way when you fuck up one of them, you don't have to. Oh, sorry, I sweared. Didn't mean to swear. So this is another comment that I got on my recent videos, is that someone was like, "Hey man, kids watch your content," and I was like, "Oh, sorry. I thought I made it clear that this is for adult collectors." So I'm gonna have to make like a warning that this is for adult collectors, so that way children don't have to witness my potty mouth complaining about $5 toys. Anyways, this is beautiful. So let me see if there's any way that I can take this out without being a goober. Oh, so there's screws. Great, I love screws. That means that I can screw it back. So I'm keeping this. I'm gonna try putting. Oh, I know the perfect place to put it. I'm gonna show you guys where I want to put it. So, you guys see that over there? I want to put it in there. That's to be desired. I'm still working on that area, but that's as much as you guys are gonna see with my setup. So I want to put it inside this display case. I think I can get it to fit, because if I can get it to fit, ooh, that'd be great. It's again still working on it. Anyways. Am I fired up for messing up that box? No, I'm okay. I'm fine with it. You picked up the 1.24 scale hover time machine yesterday at Walmart. That's awesome. I love the hovering time machine. I wanted to pick one up, but it's a bit pricey. I'm trying to save money, by the way. Yes, there's. Oh crap! I don't have a screwdriver. Oh man. All right, I'll be back. Ugh. All right, I'm back. Got a screwdriver. So, so where was I? I was talking about Lamley. Oh yes. So, yeah, not a lot of people know about that Lamley is just a commercial. A lot of people just assume that he has a relationship. But again, it's just weird because he keeps asking people like their opinions and stuff, and it's like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like it's useless because if he can't really do anything, oh dang it, this screwdriver's too big. But yeah, I just find it useless. Like if you're gonna, it's like he tries to have opinions. Like it's okay to have an opinion whether or not you like a casting, but he can't have an opinion on the corporation that's hiring him. And I completely understand that. I just wish he would just be more transparent. Say, hey guys, I can't really say these things. Like I have to be like this. It's just the way it is. And maybe he can't say that. So there's just a lot of things that we don't know about. And I guess the big takeaway from my 4-part mini-series about RLC is that use your own intuition, do your own research. Don't rely on anybody to have your own back but your own. That's pretty much my gist of it. Yeah, and I also picked up the Lego Benz. I might do a stream where I build that. Alright, I gotta look for a screwdriver, so that way I can unbox this. Okay, I'm back. Got screwdrivers. I have an assortment of screwdrivers. Okay, so let's unscrew this. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, not a lot of people really know about Lamley's deal or anything like that. So I guess my thing is, hey, try to be as transparent as possible. I adore transparency, but I'm glad that people. I'm glad that there's more people that agreed with me than disagreed. I'm glad I was able to start a conversation. It's kind of my thing. That makes me happy. Starting a conversation, healthy debates. So there is this YouTuber. His name is Skizzy Benz, I think his name is. I apologize if I get his name wrong. He might be watching. But anyways, I watched his reaction to my video, and he had a lot of good things to say. Like, his reaction was very refreshing. His perspective is very refreshing, and we might collab in the future because I love his content with fantasy cars. I feel like that is like the most underrated or underappreciated aspect of Hot Wheels is the fantasy. Like, he... Okay, I'm just trying to unscrew the base without fucking up the screw. So unfortunately, this is what I learned. You can't just unscrew one side all the way. You kind of you have to do it slowly, little by little, because I noticed that I'm starting to stress out certain aspects. So, certain areas, I should say. So, I'm slowly doing it little by little. Oh, got one out. Okay. I'm gonna get the DeLorean so you guys can look at it. Something else fell. I don't know what just fell. And I think I almost fell over. Whoops. Okay. So let me get this area off. So yeah, I'm undoing it. Like I said, I'm undoing the tape and everything, and it's fine. Like I said, I have another one, so it's not the end of the world if I mess up the box. Although I do love this diorama, like I gotta keep this intact. So what else do I want to say? Yeah, so this other content creator I like watching, I forgot what it wasn't Hotline Diecast. I've watched Hotline Diecast, and he sometimes comments in my video, and I really like the guy, like content wise and like seeing his personality in Diecast. He seems like a really chill dude. I reached out to him to collaborate, and we were gonna do it, but I needed to step away, and I did. So in the future, I might collaborate with Hotline Diecast, and we might talk about certain aspects of collecting. I'm open to collaborating with any other content creator who does diecast. I think it'll be a really cool thing for me to do, to network with other people. But then again, I run another YouTube channel as well. You guys probably don't know, but I run 2 YouTube channels, Prelude Boy 99 and the Silent Lounge. And Silent Lounge has been like a popular one. It got 2,000 subs within a year, which is crazy. So I also have like this other persona on that channel, which is I refer to myself as the host of the Silent Lounge. And I love the community in that channel as well, because I talk about Silent Hill. I used to talk about Silent Hill here, but I realized that I was dividing my my audience, so I decided to I hope I'm not stripping the screw. I decided to make a separate channel for that, and then when I started making content, it did very well. So if you guys want to watch Silent Hill content, check it out if you want. I don't really advertise Prelude Boy on that channel. I kind of pretend. I like to pretend that both channels are separate. And I think I'm messing up. Damn, don't mess up the second screw, please. Nope, it seems like it's spinning. Okay. So how's everybody doing? Watching me unscrew this off camera. It's weird because this feels like I'm stripping the screw, but apparently I'm not. So this is this one last screw. Come on. Oh my God! Please don't screw. Please don't mess this up. Okay, I think I'm stripping it. Okay, I need to think of another way to open this without messing it up. Is there another way? You want the Back to the Future box? Yeah, the Back to the Future box is actually the big highlight for me. Alright, I think I got a better screwdriver to help me with this. Oh yeah, so much better. Why didn't I use this? Alright, just going little by little, try not to strip the screw. I hope you guys are enjoying the music. So, here's awesome. Alright, I just got that piece out. Got it. Got it. Okay. Just trying to inspect it to make sure I didn't mess anything up. Got it. Okay, the screw fell on the floor, so I'm gonna try my best to. Oh man, I think I messed up the display. Shit. All right, that's fine. I can try to fix. I mean, you won't see it with the. You won't see it with the cars inside, but it's kind of disappointing. I wish they wouldn't make these so difficult to take out. I mean, it is what it is. I'll figure something out. Again, it's okay. I have another one, so I'm not gonna really harp too hard on it. But, anyways, this is the display that I have right here. The truck goes here, so you won't be able to tell. And then the thing extends out like that, and then the DeLorean sits inside like that, as if it's coming out. So this is the most, if the thing will focus, probably won't. I can configure the video just so it can, well actually I have a display, I have a turntable, but this is the most detailed 1/64 scale DeLorean. Everything inside is painted. Everything is detailed. This is the most detailed DeLorean in Hot Wheels. It's even more detailed than the RLC DeLorean, which costs an arm and a leg. I may pick that up in the future, just for collector's sake. So I have a turntable, and I want to see if my camera will be able to. Okay, I'm gonna do something. Don't be scared. Is it heavy? Oh, it's heavy. As Marty would say. Whoop. Okay. Oh, I probably should have zoomed in. Let me tilt it. Let me tilt, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay. All right. How's that? Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So here's the turntable. I don't know how well this thing's gonna focus with it spinning around, but we'll try. This camera isn't that good, so it's not like my iPhone, because normally I film stuff with my iPhone. So let me configure the video. Someone said zoom, so I'm gonna zoom. I think that's close enough. And then I can tilt it up a little bit. There we go. Okay. How is that? Does that look okay? Does that look okay? How does that look? Does that look okay, guys? Again, the focus... Here, let me see if I can mess around with the focus a little bit. So yeah, this is the most detailed DeLorean Hot Wheels has ever made. That's why I knew I had to get my hands on it. Because I knew that... if I can... There we go. Alright, that's a lot better. So this is the most detailed 1/64 scale DeLorean that Hot Wheels has ever made. So the interior is painted, the time circuits are painted, everything is painted. I actually, here, let me get, because I have some retro entertainment pop culture DeLoreans that we can compare. But this thing is the most detailed. That's why I had to get it with the diorama. So... Although I did bend up the diorama a little bit, again, you're not going to be able to see it because of the way the car is angled. Like, it's not a big deal. So I'm not that bent out of shape about it. Let me get the other one that I have sitting around. So that is the detailed one. So let me show you the one that you can find in stores right now. See, even the sides are painted. That's insane. So this is the one that you can find in stores right now. It's not that bad, but again, you can tell the detail. It's not there. It's good. I think this is the best 1/64 scale DeLorean out there. I know Tamaka makes them, but for some reason, it just doesn't look as good as Hot Wheels. I think Hot Wheels knocks it out of the park. Although there's no mirrors, that's another thing that people get upset. What air filter are you talking about, sir? You said the air filter. Do you mean the exhausts on the back? Oh no, you can see the air filter. I wonder what he's talking about. The air filter. Because there is... I don't know what he's talking about. But you can definitely see the side exhaust. Yeah, this thing is so detailed. This is the best one out there. The other one, not the one that's currently spinning. This one you can find for like $10. It's really not as detailed as a lot of people would want it to be. But then you have something like this, where they just completely just go all the way. You can just see just the amount of color that goes into the plutonium cap, the thruster exhausts, even the wheel lettering. That's something that Hot Wheels has been very good at, is with the wheel lettering, the sidewall lettering. It's fantastic. Nothing wrong with the $10 version, or I should say $7, but again, you can go to a convention, someone will sell this to you for $10. That's the inflated price in the market, 10 or 12. But this guy is off the chain. So now that we saw both versions of the DeLorean, the one that you can get in the store and the one that you can only get in the convention, let us look at the big boy, the van. And he's so big that I have to zoom out. So let me zoom out. And there's no music, so let me... That was it for the jazz. Let me see. Okay, so hopefully that's good. Just so we can set the vibe. Let me zoom out a little bit. We got 23 viewers watching. That's fantastic. You guys are amazing. Okay, let me just zoom out a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Perfection. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Okay, can you stop with the pop-ups? Okay. Alright. Anyways, let us have this guy vibrate. Rotate. We'll do it a little bit slower. But this is a one-of-a-kind casting. I don't know if they'll ever do a team transport with this guy in the future. I know it's not going to be with the diorama. Maybe they'll do it in the future. Pun not intended. But this thing is fantastic. The detail, even on the window, the windshield. Dr. E. Brown Enterprises 24-hour scientific services. Just the weathering detail on the side of the car. I think this is well worth the money that I paid for it. I would even go as far to say it might be worth the inflated price, depending if you're a big fan or not. It depends. It depends if you're a big fan. I'm a huge fan. I needed to get this. Oh, thanks, Head Over Diecast. You're so sweet. Thank you guys so much. So I've been reading all the comments from my last video. You guys have been super supportive. Thank you guys so much for the support. Again, I don't want to scare anybody. I'm perfectly fine. I just wanted to give a reason why I had to step away for a bit. I'm fine now. I'm doing really good. Right now I actually got myself into. You guys might laugh, but I got myself into MMA. I started going to a class, and for some reason, I enjoy when people punch me in the chest or kick me in the chest. It's completely fine. I like to hit back too, and it's a brotherhood kind of thing. So it's self-esteem building. So I've been going to the gym. I've been trying to eat better, but I don't want to worry anybody. Again, thank you guys so much for the messages and the comments. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, this thing is amazing. I love this. I'm definitely going to try to display it. I'm just going to leave that out. So this is kind of like the first one that actually has like this. Here, I'll just move this a little bit. That's this moving thing like that. The interior, if I can just make it go around the other way. The interior also is pretty cool, so you guys can have a better look at that. It's pretty neat. So that's it. I had this guy on display for a while. I'm gonna try. On my own time. I'm gonna try to find a way to display this in my display cabinet. I'm gonna try not to break it, because again, this thing was a pain to get out of the box. But the castings inside were fantastic. So I'm just gonna set this aside. So yeah, from now on, I'm definitely going to try to have a disclaimer that this is for the adult collector, that my content's for the adult collector, because again, kids do watch my content, and I kind of want to be respectful. I don't want to just start swearing like a sailor, especially for diecast. I mean, this is a hobby, you know, so I try to keep it PG, or at least at best PG-13. I can say like what the hell or this is crap or whatever like that, but I'm gonna try my best not to swear, okay? Yeah, learning how to punch people, like, you'll be humbled if you get punched in the face. You're gonna be very humbled. You're gonna be like, wow, so that's how it feels to get punched in the face. Because you see it in movies and you think, oh, it's easy. Anybody can do that. But when you get punched in the face and when you throw your first punch, it is world changing. Because I got the other day I got punched in the chest, and like I was sparring with somebody, and I tried throwing a punch, and he dodged it pretty well, and then he came back at me with a and then he hit me in the chest pretty well, and I was like, oh. And he's like, you're okay? I'm like, yeah, you got me good. You got me good. Nice. So it's a great experience. I learned a lot. Okay, so we just did Back to the Future. We just did it. So now let's go on to the second highest voted thing, the Subaru, and then we'll get on with the other displays. So this is let me just take it out of the packaging. If I can get it out of the packaging. This is a 1998 Subaru Impreza 22B STI version. So it's funny. I said I did not like Subaru. And there was a lot of people in the comments section that were like, how dare you disrespect Subaru? And I was like, whoa, sorry. I'm not trying to say that this car doesn't deserve its place in WRC history. Like, I know the impact of this car. Personally, I wouldn't drive a car. Like, this is my favorite Subaru, but I'm not a Subaru person. I understand the appeal. It's just not for me. And that's not entirely a bad thing, right? I mean, there's some people who just outright hate Subaru. That's not me. I just don't drive it. I wouldn't pick one up. I've just heard so many things about it, about the head gaskets. That's like one of the most popular things. But then there's people that tell me that the head gaskets thing, that's more so an isolated incident with a selection of cars. So I just have to do more research with that. But this thing I love this thing. The card art is also beautiful. Again, I bought collectors too. I bought 2 of these. So I bought one to open, one to keep in the packaging. So if you guys want to read this, if my thing can focus, I can get it to focus. I should probably just keep this open. If it would even let me. Okay. If you guys want to read this, you can. There you go. If you guys want to read it, you can pause it. I'm not going to read it. Alright. Alright, so how do I open this thing? Alright, let me see what I can do. Well, I do have a knife, so I guess I can just try. So there's some people in the comment section that told me that I can open this using acetone. Or was it acetone? Or was it nail polish remover? I believe it was nail polish remover. But isn't acetone like a nail polish remover? I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to open this with a knife and try not to stab myself live on camera. So what do you guys think of this casting? Do you think they did a great job? Because again, this is a new casting to RLC, but this casting has been present in RLC, not RLC. It's been present in Premium. They did one, I believe they did a casting in Premium in Boulevard. They had a yellow one. I own that one. Oh, so unfortunately, the back tire on this thing has been loose. So let me see if I can get it back. There we go. There's some people who were just complaining like, oh, Mattel, you gave me a bad RLC. That's not me. Anyways, let's take a look at this guy. Let me see if I can get the focus on. Oop. There we go. Look at that engine detail. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. So I think the engine detail on this thing is pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, it's molded plastic, but I think the paint details really sell it. And in Mountain Drifters, you're correct. It was also a Mountain Drifters. The one that I currently have is the Boulevard. I have the yellow one. But this thing looks amazing. I think the Subaru in blue and bronze, that's like the best combo. You can't have... I think that's like the iconic Subaru colors, blue with bronze. Alright, let me get this guy on the turntable. Oh, cool. The hood closes correctly. Oh, and I just noticed the interior has like blue seating as well. See, this is very well done. I think it was worth the wait. Let me know how the lighting looks, guys, because again, I'm looking at this through OBS, so I don't know if it looks good on your end. Oh, whoop. Even has the Subi license plate. It's nice. I think the headlight detailing is pretty well. I know I often complain about painted headlights over lensed headlights. I guess that's just... I grew up in an era with Hot Wheels where they used to have lensed headlights, and I thought it looked pretty good. But it looks like they're stepping up their game with the paint application for the headlights and taillights. Although there's some areas where I notice where it just looks lazy. Just a personal opinion. But the wheels are pretty nice. Underbody is really good as well. You have painted exhaust. I always like that. Alright. Let me put this guy on the turntable. Again, how are you guys enjoying the music? Is it good or is it too much? I always think that having okay. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Okay. It's good that the lighting is decent in here. I definitely do want to have better lighting. And I know you can hear the jet engine in the background. That's my laptop trying not to combust into flames. You know, if they could have the licensing for the castor oil Celica, the Toyota Celica from the WRC, that would be amazing. Oh my god, I would pick that up in a heartbeat. Because that's like my favorite rally is the Celica with the castor oil livery on it. That would be amazing. The Celica that cheated, that got Toyota banned for, was it 10 years? They got banned for a while. But anyways, this looks pretty good. So, I really do like this casting. I think this one is very solid. The interior, having that blue seating. I don't believe this one has a roll cage, but this one looks fantastic. I think it looks good. What do you guys think about this one? Do you guys think this is a W or an L? curious to hear your thoughts. I'm just kind of taking it all in. For some reason, my video seems like it's in slow motion. But anyways, this thing is a keeper. Let me see if I can get the hood open. It's trying to focus as well. Whoop. And I like that this hood can actually stay open. There's some hoods that just cannot stay open. Yeah, it's definitely a W in my opinion. So if there's anybody that you know who watches me, hit him up, tell him I'm live. Let's invite everybody. I really did want to see if Benz was on. I keep forgetting his name, I apologize. But if he is online, I would love for him to make a small appearance onto this channel. Because again, he makes pretty solid content. I think he started last year, and he already has 1,000 subscribers, so he's already on his way. Yeah, the red intake looks fantastic. So people think that I like to complain about RLC more than praise it, and honestly, I would rather praise RLC. I love RLC. But it's frustrating from the business end of things, how things are being handled and how we're being treated. But I would rather make videos praising than criticizing. I know a lot of people think that I just love to complain about everything, and the truth is I don't like to complain about things, but I feel like I have to say something because I don't think anyone else will. Surely Lamley won't say anything. I mean, he would have his opinions, but then again, he would say one negative thing and then wash it down with nice positive stuff. Which, again, that's not what I want to do. I want to be critical where it needs to be critical, when I need to be critical. But that's just me. Anyways, that's all I'm going to show for the Subaru. W in the chat for the Subaru. This one is a keeper. Alright, let me... I also want to say that, you know, I read all of my comments. Like, I wasn't lying when I said that. Like, I actually read all of my comments. I read all my comments because, you know, I like to engage with my community. So it means the world when people comment on my videos, and I read them. I think that's what you're supposed to do as a content creator. You have to read your feedback. And most of the time when I read my comments, it's just mostly complaints, and it's really frustrating because I wish I had like power to do some good, but unfortunately in my character arc I don't have any power yet. I'm not big. I'm still a small fish, and that's okay. I still have some growing to do, and that's perfectly fine. But again, I wish I had influence to make this brand better, but unfortunately I don't. I'm not a messiah. I don't want anyone to think that I'm a messiah. But anyways, since we reviewed the Subi, it deserves its place in the display case. There we go. So these are the Neo series that I did an opening of them a while ago, and I made a video, but I never released it. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. If you want to see the Neo series classics, because I opened 4 of them. I opened those 2 and the ones on the bottom. I guess I could show it a little bit. This one's my favorite. This one is a cop car, but it's an Spectre Flame. It's an Oldsmobile. This one's pretty cool. I always like this old school style of police, where it has a single light bar on the top. To me, that's just classic old school police work. And notice how the music matches the vibe of this particular car. I think this one is dope. And it's a Neo series, so it has like that suspension. That's why it's in the display case of RLC. It deserves to be. Of course, the engine bay detail it's this came out in the early 2000s, so it's not as good. But the car itself is amazing. So this is kind of a standout that I wanted to share with you guys. Alright, so the Subaru is in the case of RLC. Alright, so let us start with something new. So I have 3 boxes of this. And they're the same thing. So I'll just open one of them. Ooh. How does this feel? Ooh la la. R34 Skyline, everyone's favorite. I was thinking about making a video about RLC, how the Skyline is depreciating as time goes on, because we keep coming out with Skylines. Like every year has been a Skyline, and with each new release, it gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So right now, this RLC Selections Skyline, everyone has this. So it's not like everyone has this, and again, it's made to order, so there's plenty of these things floating around. You can probably get this for like $50 bucks maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe 60. So, Charlie, that's not a Pontiac. That's an Oldsmobile that I showed you, the cop car. Anyways, this is, I really like this casting. I think this one might be my favorite R34 Skyline because it has the Nismo livery on it. They knocked it out of the park with the livery. And I just love the wheel selection. I also love the red centering caps. They could have easily just reserved this to be an RLC drop, and it would have sold out quickly. But they didn't. They made this into an RLC Selections, and everyone got a taste of it. And this is what I feel like RLC should be. It should be made to order. It should not be, oh, we're just going to make X amount and then have it sold out and have everyone upset. Make this made to order, and if you want to put chases, like if you want to include chases, I think that's the only way that I'll be okay with chases. If these were made to order for select windows. So let's say Mattel came out with this, right? And it was only for sale on Tuesday, so you can only get this on Tuesday for 24 hours. There's a 24-hour window. Everyone, rushes, buys however many they want. And then when that window closes, then they'll start inserting the chases. Like there's probably maybe 100 or 1,000 chases. Then I guess that would be acceptable because then everyone's getting what they want. But then, of course, they don't do that. They just make a limited quantity and put it for sale, and then scalpers gobble 80% of the stock, while the 20% of us are able to get the table scraps, which is unfortunate. Nismo, anything is dog backwards. What does that mean? You have an S13, it's Nismo shifter, and that's the cool part. Huh. The chase Porsche was so frustrating. Like I almost had a huge migraine from that. I'm like, guys, what are we doing here? Like, did you guys not learn anything from the RWB Porsche? And you know what's funny? I think that was Lamley's idea. I think Lamley was like, hey, let's put chases into RLC. Of course, I say that as a joke, but I have a feeling that maybe Lamley had something to do with that. Because, I don't know, he spends time with the designers, and and stuff like that. So I imagine maybe he might have whispered something. I don't know. It's a joke. People don't take it seriously. I don't want someone leaving the stream and being like, let's burn and Lamley down. He's the one who's responsible for the chases. Like, I'm just joking. I don't think he's responsible, but it would be hilarious if he was. Right? I think it would be hilarious if he was responsible. Alright, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see my hand. There we go. Let's just zoom in. There we go. So that way you guys can have somewhat of a thing. Alright, I'm going to open this. Yeah, the way I open things is so professional. Huh. I think this might be my favorite skyline. Engine bay is not so bad. But then again, every time I have it, like the last skyline I got, the chameleon one, it just didn't open up. Like the hood never opens up and stays open. It just shuts. But this skyline, dude, I'm really loving the Spectraflame red. I don't believe it's Spectraflame red. It's more like it's like a maroon almost. But this Nismo on the side of it and the centering caps, I like it. The interior has red seat belts, black seats. I like it. I think this looks better than my chameleon one, because my chameleon one, like the GTR, is just crooked. Alright, let me... Here, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can have a better look at it. Okay. So, again, painted headlights and the GTR logo. I believe that is... I don't know if that's actually painted or not. It's kind of hard to see from this webcam that I'm using. But then you have all this. Here, maybe if I adjust the contrast a little bit. Nope, that just made things worse. Let me just put that back to default. My bad. Maybe a little bit more. Nope. I'll stop messing with the camera. Just zooming in and focusing. That's what I'll focus on. So, yeah, you have... Like, my favorite part has to be, like, the wheels and the red centering cap. It's nice. But for some reason, the spoiler looks a little bit weird to me. I don't know, the hood just feels... It's supposed to be carbon fiber, but it just looks gray. It's just gray. Let me get my other skyline out from my display of RLC. Huh. So I definitely do believe that this skyline is better in quality than this. So I got a comment a while ago that said that they had disc brakes, and I didn't believe them at first. I was like, yeah, right. And then I saw it and I was like, oh crap, it actually does have disc brakes. I don't see that in any other RLC, which is pretty weird. But the exhaust is bronze, so that's pretty cool. That's like this kind of bronze, or I don't believe it's like a rose gold. I'm not entirely sure. Let me put this guy on the turntable. And here's one last look of the card art if you guys are curious. Alright. Alright. So let me just zoom out. There we go. Focus. Let me just put it on auto. All right. There we go. Oh, it's zooming a little too fast. There we go. Okay, I haven't been reading the chat, so I apologize. Let me read all the way back. Not a bad idea. I feel you on the Chase Porsche, man, even though it's a fantastic looking car. We only want Nissan and Porsche. Didn't even get a smell of an RWB. Yeah, not a lot of people got a smell of the RWB. It was there and it was gone. I was lucky to get 2 of them, but it still hasn't shipped to me yet. There we go. I'll just have it a little bit slower so that way it doesn't... That way you guys can see it a little bit better. So I've been collecting all my life. Ever since I was little, I've collected. I opened them. I didn't know any better. But then when I was like 15, 16, I started to learn the discipline of keeping them packaged. It started with retro entertainment because I watched a lot of old shows growing up on Netflix. Knight Rider, A-Team, Magnum P.I., Miami Vice. I watched them, and they were fantastic shows. So then Hot Wheels started doing retro entertainment, and, you know, they combined 2 of the things that I loved, 80s shows and diecast. So I started collecting them. And then when I was working at Toyota 5 years ago, a coworker introduced me to RLC, and I got into RLC. It took me a bit of getting used to for the $25 price point on top of the membership, because it is expensive. This is expensive. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like this is pretty expensive stuff. But after getting over that and started making content on it, I realized that, hey, this this is a pretty cool hobby to get involved with. And I started interacting with the community, and, you know, things started getting better. So I'm happy with that. How does the video look for you guys? Because I'm looking on my side of things. It kind of looks a bit sketchy. A little bit. So I went to school to be a mechanic, and I went to work for Toyota. They put me on the lube rack, so I was a lube technician. And after 2 years of abuse, I decided I didn't want any more of it. So I left the industry. I was in the industry for 3 years. I went from Buick to Honda to Toyota. And I was like, you know what? I've had it with this abuse. So I left. So now I am an avionics technician. I work for a company, an aerospace company. I won't say which. But I pretty much just repair equipment that goes inside planes. Pretty cool stuff. My goal, though, is to try. I would love to do this full time because I love diecast. Yeah, see, I knew it looked a little grainy, and it keeps getting in and out of focus. So let me try fixing that a little bit. My dream is to do this full time. Like, I would love to do this full time, but unfortunately, I don't think that is that realistic. If I'm being completely honest with you, it is. I guess it just all depends on the opportunities. I mean, I like to think that I've been doing pretty good, but I'm not entirely sure. I have your comments, and it helps me improve. I have 3,000 subs, so I guess that has to mean I'm doing something right? So we'll see. But I definitely want to be the voice for the community, because there's not a lot of people that want to speak up about this kind of stuff, and I'm honestly kind of surprised. But at the same time, you know, at the end of the day, these are toy cars. Like, some people explain to me in the comment section, like, hey, these are toy cars, man, chill out. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, but, you know, when you're spending $25, $35, $40, like, when does it stop becoming a toy? Because anyone can use that argument and say, oh, well, it's just a sport. Well, yeah, it is just a sport. But, you know, people, you know, pay a lot of money for tickets to go to a stadium, whether it's basketball, football, soccer, you name it. So anyone can deconstruct a hobby and simplify it to that. Like, oh, it's just a toy car. Yes, it's just a toy car, but this spawned a huge community of people. there's conventions for these things. These things have been scalped. People have been taken advantage of. All these things. So it's not just a toy. It's a lot more than that to people. But at the end of the day, yes, they are just a toy, and it's a hobby. It's supposed to be an escape from our reality, from the things going on outside of our houses, things that happen at work, things that are happening in politics, which again, I'm not going to get into politics. I will never get into politics, but when it comes to hobbies, it's just an escape from the noise, So that's kind of my thing with this. And unfortunately, it's starting to seep its way inside into what we collect, especially with scalpers and corporate capitalism and all that stuff. Not going to get into it. Again, this is an escape. I like talking about this stuff. So, so that has been the red Nissan Skyline R34 Selection Skyline. Looks fantastic, looks beautiful. I have 2 more of these that are packaged, so don't feel bad. I don't mind opening stuff. I'm going to give one to a friend, and one of them is going to be kept in my personal collection. So, yeah. W or L for the Skyline? Let me know in the comments. Since I've taken it, I guess I can show you guys where it's going to go. Let me just fix my camera. Zooming back out. Tilting back up. Charlie, you're a mechanic? That's awesome, man. So what is one RLC that is my favorite in my collection? And so you're asking what my favorite RLC is, and one RLC that you don't have in your collection that is an all-time favorite. So the blue Skyline is like the holy grail for me. But in terms of like other RLC, the Back to the Future RLC is like that is like the top of the list, and then below that's the blue Skyline because of Fast and Furious, obviously. It's an expensive piece. It's like over $500, and I don't think I'm ever gonna own that, but I think it would be an amazing addition to the collection. So the Skyline's being added to my display case of RLC. So let's just add him in there. Oh, that's a beautiful color combo. Blue, orange, dark blue, dark red. It's a good color combo. All right, he's been added. He's been inducted into the display case of RLC. Oxblood R34 W. Yeah, I think it's a W. Everyone was able to get it. Okay, so let us get to this guy. This is actually very heavy. I'm lifting this up. It's actually pretty heavy. So I believe, did I open this up? I did open up at one point. I never showed it to the channel, but now I am. So this is the Brookwood. I believe you can still get it on Mattel Creations website. So I'm just gonna undo this. So by the way, my favorite RLC, like my favorite type of RLC to get, is the ones that are in the acrylic display, because that means that means that you don't need to buy 2. You can buy 1 and you can have it displayed like this. So right off the bat, I think the decos on this thing and the livery, fantastic. Love it. I've always liked old school muscle cars. So for me, if I were to rank it, JDM, muscle, then European. But muscle, when I was a kid, muscle was my number 1. I never watched Fast and Furious, but I love Dom's Charger with the big blower. That's something that has been in my childhood for a long time. My favorite car ever, is it the Prelude? My favorite car is not the Prelude. That's my first car, and I love that car. But if I were to pick a favorite, my favorite car, that is such a tough question because I have a lot of favorite cars. The Nissan Skyline R34 would have to be my favorite car. Like if I were to That'd be my dream car. Would be the R34, but then again, I would be too afraid to drive it because it's such a beautiful car and it's very expensive. I wouldn't have the guts to drive it outside because it's such an expensive car and it's super rare. The GTR R34 Skyline would have to be my favorite. But then again, I really do like the 1988 Porsche 911 Turbo. That one's pretty good. The Ferrari 250 GT California, that's one of my favorite Ferraris of all time. Ferris Bueller. I would like to own a DeLorean in my life. Maybe that might become a reality. The DeLorean is just such an iconic car. Like, it's not a good car, but it is one of the most iconic cars in American history, or in any history, in national history. It's just an iconic car. One of the most iconic cars in the world. So anyways, we have this guy. So let me go down. So yeah, right now my dream car is the Honda S2000. That was also one of my dream cars. I bought it recently, and the thing drives amazing. It's like one of my favorite driving experiences that I ever had. It was also a car I didn't think I would be able to obtain because, again, these things are going up in value. The S2000s are going up in value, and it kind of makes me annoyed because I'm like, God, can you guys just stop increasing the value of this thing? Like, I just want to be able to get one. But I understand why it goes up in value. It's because it's such an iconic car because of Fast and Furious and Too Fast, Too Furious. By the way, I like Fast and Furious, but I also hate it at the same time because it's the reason why these cars are so expensive. It's because of those movies. So I like it because it gave JDM a spotlight, but I also hate it for what it did to JDM. So I don't believe I'm going to unscrew it from its base. So let me just undo it. These things are always so difficult to take off. I always feel like I'm going to break it every time I take it off. It's weird how one side is able to be taken off, but the other side is not. Come on. You're really going to make me do this? There we go. See, I always feel like I'm going to break it every time I take these acrylic displays off. And now I have my fingerprints all over the acrylic box. All right, here we go. So this thing is awesome because you can see inside the engine bay. Isn't that lovely, guys? You can see inside the engine bay. And if I can just zoom in and show you guys, that would be great. There we go. Let me just pan a little bit. Oop, oop, oop. There we go. And if I can just focus this thing. Again, this is a webcam, guys, so it's not, there's a limit to the detail that you guys can see. It's not like my iPhone, because my iPhone, you can practically see Mars with my iPhone, but with this webcam, you can't see 10 feet in front of you, so it sucks. Anyways, there's only so much you can do, and yeah, and it looks grainy. I know, guys. I'm sorry. Let me, you know what? I'll just pick it up, and then just show you guys up close. So the engine bay detail on this thing, fabulous. I think the engine bay detail on this thing is really well done. You can see the carburetors on this V8. Awesome. Again, love the paint, love the Spectraflame. And this thing also comes out too. It's really nice. So I believe they used this car as like an ambulance back in the day. Which is, again, pretty cool that they did that. So I think this thing is as cool as the Monte Carlo lowrider that's in teal Spectraflame, which I will take out and show you. I think it's as cool as this. I think these two look very, very handsome together, both of these two. So This is $33, I believe. I think this is worth. Well, not. I don't think it's worth 33. I would pay 30, but again, inflation. I'm not gonna get into the inflation part. Anyways, I do think this thing is a worthy addition to anyone's collection. I think it looks beautiful. I think this deserves more love. It's pretty underrated. So I'm gonna put on the turntable. I'm gonna leave it in its acrylic display, and then I'll just read the comments. Someone asked me what my favorite RLC is. That's a very tough question, but you know, one RLC that I like a lot has to be the custom Barracuda. I just love the way the thing sits, and the engine bay detail is so good. I think it's like one of the best engine details that I've seen in an RLC. Very underrated. It was $25 when it came out. I believe they did an RLC selections of it. I don't think anyone really got it. I didn't because I was saving my money for some stuff. But the custom Barracuda is so lovely. I love it. If I could, like, I would love for them to do like a really cool livery on that and just go crazy, because they've been doing really crazy stuff with RLC lately. Okay, so let me just see if I can center this a little bit. Okay, so if it's grainy, I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. But yeah, here we go. Honest Diecast, how are you doing? Hi. So, for those of you who don't know, Honest Diecast, he is one of the OGs in this community. I love his tagline for his channel. It's not about the money, it's about the diecast. And I think that's what we should all live by. He reacted to some of my content, and I really appreciate that. He gave me some exposure, and I appreciate that. But again, those are the words I live by. It's not about the money, it's about the diecast. And unfortunately, people get that mixed up. They think it's about the money, not the diecast. And it's unfortunate, you know? I mean, yeah, these things can be worth a lot of money, but at the same time, these deserve to be unpackaged and to be appreciated. I mean, they were designed and made for us to open, to appreciate, you know? Yeah, this is my first time live, Honest. I'm figuring things out. I'm using a mic that I was going to throw away because it's a crappy mic. But I'm glad you guys can hear me, and I'm glad that the music is actually adding on to the ambiance to my show. So yeah, I think that this particular casting is amazing, underrated. I think this might be the most underrated casting of 2025. I still have to do my best of 25 RLC video. I'm still waiting for that stupid RWB to come in. I wish it was here so that way I can unbox it, but it's not. Frustrating, I know. So frustrating. Anyways, yeah, the Brookwood, amazing casting, deserves love. So, Honest, what I'm using is called OBS. It's amazing. It's free. It allows you to control your sources. You can see your mic audio input and your desktop audio, so I can control the music, how loud the music is, how loud I am, and the video itself. So right now I'm using a webcam. This is at 1080p 60 frames per second. So again, the quality may not be as good. That's why everything just looks super weird. I apologize for that. I think the reason why it's not doing as well is because it's so zoomed in. This webcam was not made for what I'm doing. It was actually made for faces. So yeah, I'm trying my best to give you guys the best quality experience that I can. And again, unfortunately, I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. This is the limitations that I have. So, Brookwood, W or L, let me know in the chat. I'm going to unbox it from its base, and then I'm going to put it in the wall of RLC. OBS, trust me, OBS is so much more easier to use. Definitely give it a chance. If, like, I would say just spend like an hour trying to set it up. You'll be fine. That's what I did when I first started out. Okay, let me zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see it. Let me see if I can focus. There we go. Okay, I'm going to unscrew this guy from its base. I'm going to put it on the wall of RLC. All right. So does anyone else have any questions? Someone asked me what my favorite RLC. I said it was the Custom Barracuda in teal. I think that's like my favorite one so far. I also like the AMC Javelin, like the Street Punk AMC Javelin. Like the way that thing, the stance on that thing looks amazing. I also really did like the King Cab with the dancing truck bed. That one was pretty fun. Surprisingly, I don't really like the JDM as much. I know that's kind of hard to believe, but the JDM stuff has been somewhat disappointing. Like the RX-7 was pretty disappointing. And they're going to try coming out with it again. I'm like, you guys are hilarious, thinking that people are going to buy another RX-7. Like, I really wish they could, like, fix the RX-7, like, come out with a better version. Because that RX-7, it was on my... I really was excited for the RX-7. But then, like, when we got it, it was, like, really disappointing. Like, the engine bay detail was really, really, really bad. And, again, no mirror... For it not to have mirrors also kind of harmed it a little bit, because it just looks weird without the mirrors, in my opinion. I feel like there was so much they could have done with the RX-7 FD. I mean, maybe they might come out with an FC, like the Pandem FC that's in premium. They might be able to do something like that. Anyways, this long fellow is gonna go inside of my display case. Man, I am just filling this thing up. Oh wow, he's pretty big. He's like oh, hold on, I'll put him right here. There we go. There we go. All right, so what's next? Tradesman. I missed out on this guy before, the purple one, and now we have this copper root beer Spectraflame one. So, this was $37, and it's still available on Mattel Creations website. The RX-7 does look good if you don't open the hood, but again, with RLC, people want to open the hood. They want to see that Wankel engine detail. And unfortunately, the Wankel engine detail is not all the way there. They missed the mark. They missed it. They missed the mark. But that's okay. It happens. It happens. It's fine. It's not like we spent $25 on it. So I really like the theme of this, which is like this tiki Hawaiian. I don't want to say Hawaiian. I don't know if it is Hawaiian, but it has like this tiki theme to it. I like it. This one looks really good. The stance of it, the finned wheels. I believe this is like the same wheels that the DeLorean has. But this looks cool. I like it. I don't know why a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people were like, what the hell is this? But I like it. I really do like this tradesman van. I think it looks fresh, man. That's how some of my viewers would say it. Where do I live? I live in Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm in Wisconsin. I'm in Milwaukee, but I'm planning on moving out somewhere else. I want to move out of the state someday. I'm putting a plan in place for that. So we'll see what happens. So, look at this. Look at this chunky boy. Oh, sorry, this guy's still out. Wow. I love this. I don't know why, but I love it. Okay, so let me see if I can open the... Please let me be able to open this without messing it up. Okay. That'd be cool if there's like a little button that you can push though. Like if it was spring loaded. Alright, let me see if I can open the side doors at least. I don't have fingernails. Oh man. Oh, there we go. I love the interior with this cushy foam on the side. You like using tape? That's a great idea. I actually had tape. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I see tape. I'm gonna go get it. All right. I got some tape. Some clear Scotch tape. Is the Scotch tape acceptable? Anyways. So let me try on this guy. Uh-oh. We're getting it. Yes. Thank you, Andre. I'm gonna do that from now on. Oh. Hopefully I didn't just take off some of the... That would be really sad if I took off the the decals, the livery. That would be so depressing if I used it and then I just ripped off the paint on the car. But then again, that kind of speaks volumes to the quality of RLC, doesn't it? Anyways, here we have the Dodge Tradesman van, and it's actually kind of stands out. So let me see if I can focus. There we go. There we go. So again, I apologize if it's grainy, but let's just admire this for a little bit. All right. By the way, I streamed on my other channel. I never got like this many viewers at the same time, like concurrently. So that is awesome. You guys are doing amazing. I really, really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. Uh-oh. Alright, let's try to figure some stuff out. Okay, there we go. Better. Sorry, I was messing around with the settings and I almost messed up my whole setup. I almost shut down my computer, blew it up, shorted it out, almost did all that stuff. So yeah, again, there's a limitation to how I'm doing the stream. That's why everything kind of looks slow. So I apologize for that. Again, this is a webcam that I'm using. It's not really meant for stuff like this. So I'm trying to figure this out in the best way possible. Like, how can I be more effective using this? You know, just zoom out just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of leniency, or we'll just keep it right there. So it can also be the limitation. It can also be the limitation of my PC as well, because this laptop is years old. I believe this laptop is 5 years old. Thanks, Head Over Diecast. Thank you for joining us. I don't know if you're leaving now, but thank you so much. So this turntable that I'm using, I got from Amazon, and it comes with a little remote. It comes with this remote, pretty awesome. I love it. I love this remote that it comes with. But yeah, all right. So that has been the Tradesman. It looks amazing. If you don't have this, I highly recommend you pick it up. I think it's a really good piece. Let me know, is this a W or an L? I know it's very expensive. It's $37. It's very, very pricey. Especially, I believe the original was $35. I believe the original was $35. But there's opening doors. You have the opening doors front. You got the side and the back opening doors. And you have this amazing interior. I think this is a winner in my book. I like it. I actually like this piece a lot. I'm going to try taking it off the base. But again, just like look at how it's stanced. It's honestly pretty aggressive. Oh. So I try to... Oh, triple win. I try to go to the conventions in my hometown. And again, it's very difficult for me because, again, I'm not very extroverted. You guys might be surprised by that because of how, how vocal I am on the channel. But in person, I'm kind of like a turtle. I kind of don't really want to interact with much people. I get kind of anxious a little bit. I try to be as extroverted as possible, but I think I'm more introverted. Honest, my S2000 is an AP1, so it revs up all the way to 9,000. You rather try your luck on the purple one? I think the purple one is like $50 or $70. The purple one is pretty expensive, but I think with the purple one you have the batch numbering. This is the underbody of it, which is really weird. I thought it would be a little bit more detailed than this, but that's okay. Everything else looks pretty cool. Oh, I didn't even show you the underbody of the Brookwood. My bad. Oh wow, it's the same. So I wonder if for the acrylic bases, if they just don't really do that much for the underbody. I don't know why, but the underbody on this one looks very premium. It doesn't look like an RLC, because usually RLC they kind of go above and beyond with the underbody. All right, let me put this guy up there. Nice. He's on the wall of RLC, guys. All right, let me show you the wall of RLC. I'm gonna have to buy another display case if I'm gonna continue to collect RLC, because 2026, although I made that video, 2026 does look really good. But again, the chases, that makes me mad. Like, damn it, Mattel, that's very out of touch. Like, that was like very tone deaf. He's like, we heard your complaints, so we're gonna make it even more difficult. Isn't that exciting? And I'm like, no, it's not exciting. It's frustrating. It is pretty funny though that they thought that the one thing that we wanted was more Rarity, to have a more tougher time trying to get RLC than being able to get RLC easier. Like imagine if they would have had the convention and be like, oh, and by the way, these are all going to be made to order, so you don't have to worry about scalpers. Like if they put an end to scalpers, that would have been like a huge mic drop moment, you know? But then again, would these things really be sought after if it was... Sorry, I'm trying to mess with the focus. Here, let me zoom in so you guys can see the... Look at that. He's there with the Brookwood. Two of the largest castings that I have on top of my base. Okay, I'm gonna zoom back out. Gonna put the focus to auto. I'm gonna tilt a little bit upwards, and then I'm gonna pan back to the center. Okay. Hello, greetings from Switzerland. Hey, that's awesome that people outside the country view me. I'm very flattered that people all over the world watch my content. That's awesome. So yeah, 2026. Oh, didn't mean to mute. Whoop. Whoop, accidentally tugged on the cord. Didn't mean that. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. I really do like what's been shown for 2026. But again, it's like when they introduce chases, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, this is no, I don't want that. Why? Like, chases, I feel like chases single-handedly destroyed RLC. Not RLC, just collecting in general, because like I understand it's cool getting all black variant, but then you also have to, it's just a huge battle. It's a battle that I just don't want to fight. But I will say that it's good news that it's randomly inserted, meaning that people will have a fair shot. But then again, in a perfect world, yes, people will get a fair shot. But then again, you have scalpers that use bots that buy up a huge quantity of stock. It's like, again, I know they don't care. They'll never care for us, the collectors. They just want to get that money. They want to come out with the coolest stuff and have very little collectors be able to get them. Asinine. Oh, Honest, you used to have an S2000? Oh, so you're an S2000 owner. Wow. When did you get an S2000? Like, when did you become an S2000 owner? Like, how old were you? Did you get it when it first came out? Or did you get it, like, 10 years later? Or... You know, Billionaire 1, they are probably going to do a Fast and Furious RLC, and I'm almost certain it's going to be with the Supra in some way, shape, or form. I'm pretty confident they will do something like that in the future. I mean, they did Back to the Future and Ghostbusters. I don't know why they wouldn't do Fast and Furious. I mean, they have the licensing to do it. And I know if they did, people would go crazy for them. And when people go crazy, the scalpers lick their lips and they're like, I'm going to make some money. And then everyone's going to get upset. They're going to go to my content. They're going to complain in my videos. And then I'm going to make a video getting upset. And then Lamley's going to be like, so? And then the cycle continues. It's a funny world that we live in. It's a funny world where, you know, people are taken advantage of. But, you know, life is unfair. It happens. All we can do is keep our wits about us, do the best that we can. Appreciate what we have. Look at my wall of RLC. I'm appreciative of all of this stuff. I love this stuff. I'm happy. I don't need more. Honestly, I like doing this YouTube stuff to interact with you guys. If RLC ended, I'm happy with what I have. I think what I have is perfect. You know, Honest Diecast, you never struck me as someone who would be into JDM. I thought you would buy like a either a Corvette or a Mustang or a Porsche, because you said how much you love Porsche. So I thought you were gonna buy a Porsche. I would never figure you to buy like a JDM S2000 or a Evo. But now that they're doing that diorama of the I believe it's the 2020 S2000. Like the anniversary edition, I have to get that set. That set looks amazing. The Honda set. Okay. All right, what's next? I just opened up a lot of RLC. I opened up 4 RLC. I think I have one more. Yes, I do. This one's pretty heavy. So I do have one more RLC. So let me open this guy up. You know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm thinking about making a video on how it's kind of pointless to resell RLC because, you know, RLC now they keep coming out with recolors of castings, and you know, with each recolor, it's kind of diminishing the value of RLC. I guess it all depends on color too. So here is my next RLC, the BMW M3 Lightweight. This is one that I was debating on getting. I kind of got it last minute, and I thought it looked cool. I never got any other BMW though. It's my first BMW. BMW was kind of like my least favorite European vehicle, but I got it because it looked cool. And besides, I could use a little bit of orange in my display. So I'm still waiting for that teal RWB Porsche. I don't know when it's gonna come, but it will come eventually. That's what she said. Anyways. Sarah, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but welcome. So I was thinking about making a video about RLC, and oh, this one looks nice. I was thinking about making a video on RLC and how it is kind of pointless to resell them. I wanted to analyze data from eBay and look at resale prices and how it changed over the years, because again, they keep coming out with recolors, and I know that has to affect the resale value of some other castings. Especially with the R34 Skyline, they came out with like 10 different variations of the Skyline, and I honestly, it's like their recent convention Skyline is the I think it's called the Triassic 5, I think. It looks ugly, in my opinion. Like the convention Skyline looks ugly. This looks beautiful, on the other hand. I love the spoiler. The taillights look pretty good. The wheels, I actually do like the wheel choice. Looks nice. So I'm also thinking about making another video about Hot Wheels that we need to see in the future. And one of them is the Need for Speed BMW GTR from Most Wanted and Need for Speed Carbon. If they come out with that, like, I don't like paying scalpers, but I might actually do it for that car. Probably not. Probably won't. Because, you know, I have my principles. I'm not going to cave in for that. But I will go through extreme lengths to get the Need for Speed Most Wanted GTR Hot Wheels. I would definitely go, oh, wow, this was easy. Wow, this was easy. Normally it takes a huge amount of effort to get this. Yeah, so if they ever come out with a Hot Wheels Need for Speed GTR BMW, that will slap. That will slap. And let's tilt it all the way down. There we go. Hello. There we go. All right. So this is the 1995 BMW M3 Lightweight. Apparently this thing is super rare in real life. By the way, I think one thing I do want to say that I do find it funny. A lot of people dislike Lamley because he's just not a car guy, apparently, and I do find it a bit funny that because I'm not very knowledgeable on a lot of cars. I know a lot of JDM stuff, but for Lamley, it's like they expect him to be like this encyclopedia of automotive history. So he doesn't even know the difference between an Evo 4 and an Evo 9. This guy is fake. Like I find that funny. Again, all right. All right. Yeah, I don't understand the Triassic 5 R34 either. I honestly, sorry, I didn't mean to say honest so many times. Like that casting is so ugly. I think it's like one of the most ugliest R34s I've ever seen. It is so ugly. Like I I almost barfed. Alright. Alright, I guess it looks I'm going to be using tape to open this because apparently it does not want to open. Damn. Alright, let me take off the auto. Alright, I'm going to be using tape to open it. Hello, Christopher. How's everyone doing? Sarah, I really am appreciative that you like my videos. My videos are an acquired taste. Wow, whoever... I think it was Andre. Thank you for the tape idea. I would have never figured out to use tape. So this is what it looks like on the inside. The engine... Hold on, I actually want to look with my own eyes. Wow, the engine actually looks really good on this one. But I don't remember that white thing on the side of it. Wow. That looks good. Wow. See, this is something I don't understand. It's like Mattel is very inconsistent with engine bays. Like, this engine bay looks really nice, but then they do an RX-7 engine bay and it looks like complete garbage. Very inconsistent. I do like the front bumper and the headlights and the grille on this BMW. I think this is like the only BMW that I like that RLC has done. The other BMWs just don't really look as good, in my honest opinion. The interior is disappointing. It's just a basic interior, just black on black on black. Then we have this die-cast, yep, this is die-cast spoiler. Lovely pair of taillights. And look at the way this thing is stanced too. You see the camber? This one actually looks really neat. I will give it props. I think this is my favorite BMW that RLC has made. But that can change if they make the Razor BMW from Need for Speed Most Wanted. But until then, I think this one is really good. I don't think I would own a BMW. If I were to own a BMW, I think I had to be an older one. This one's not that bad. Alright, he's gonna go on the wall of RLC. Alright. Let me just tilt this a little bit. There we go. Worth the money in the end. So it all depends on you. If you like BMW, it's worth picking up. I picked it up because I honestly wanted more orange RLC. I don't have a lot of orange. Look, you guys can see I don't have a lot of orange RLC, so that's why I decided to pick this up. Just because the color palette, and I thought it was interesting. I believe the pricing on this one, was it $33? I don't know how much this thing cost. Again, it just depends. What I kind of live by is buy what you like. Don't buy with what's more valuable. Buy what you like. Yeah, this BMW does have mirrors. And that's one thing that I know that the designers explained why they can't do mirrors on all their castings, but it's just very odd to me that they have a lot of castings that have mirrors and a lot of castings that don't have mirrors. It's just very inconsistent. It kind of sucks, in my opinion. I wish they would just make all of them have mirrors from now on. I mean, they did that with the R34. Like, they just remade the R34, like the stock one, not the Z-Tune one that we've had for years. The new one that's coming out in Timeless Classics, it has mirrors. And I think the reason they did this is because they're going to use that as an RLC very soon. Anyways, this guy is going on the wall of RLC. Here we go. Booyah. Okay, so that's all of it. That's all the stuff that I have. Ah, man, I've been filming for a while. I am thinking about opening one more RLC and then calling it for the day. And you know what RLC I'm thinking about opening? I'm thinking about opening the Toyota Supra RLC. Because they're coming out with more colors and more variations. And the blue one, I'm not a big fan of the bluish purple, or I believe it's the navy blue. I'm not a big fan of the color. Maybe I'll keep it closed. I'm not entirely sure because I know a lot of people were upset. Again, we're gonna get that Supra more. Like I believe in December we're gonna get that green one with the tan interior, and then we're gonna have the selections one, which is the HKS, which looks which I think looks pretty good. But yeah, I don't have my RWB Porsche, so maybe we can do this again next time. I can basically wait for all the stuff to build up and then just do another stream like this. Best way to get in contact with me? I had an Instagram and then I deleted it, so I'm gonna have to remake my Instagram. That would have been the best way to contact me, is through Instagram. I do want to have an Instagram so I can post photos of my RLC castings. Try to spread the love of RLC and diecast in general, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna have to think about it though. Let me think. Honest, right now, I don't have anything right now. Just because I've been taking a break off social media, but I do plan on making a Instagram for this channel and a Twitter. Although I don't use Twitter because Twitter is full of Neanderthals. Yeah, there is an email. Actually, I believe I have an email set up on my YouTube page. Let me see. I try to use my email for business inquiries only. So let me see if it's on there. If not, I'm going to put it on there right now. No. Okay, I'm going to go add my email to my channel. So if you go to my channel, you will see it in the description, if I can find it. General agreements, community moderation, creative demographics. Oh boy. One second, Honest. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I'm just trying to get this. All right, I'm trying to figure out how to. Ah, boy. Wow. Okay. All right. Here's what I'll say. I'm gonna update my I'm going to update my channel with a new description. It's going to have my email. You can email me there. Anybody who wants to collaborate, anyone who has a following. I don't want to, like... Here's the thing that scares me about collaborating with other creators. When it comes to other creators, I like to watch their content first to see what they're like. Because the last thing I want to do is make things uncomfortable. Invite somebody that I don't know, and then they just start saying some really wacky stuff that just makes me look bad. I like to try to collaborate with people that share the same values that I do. I don't want to be like snobby about that kind of stuff, because I know there's some people who just want to talk to me, and that's cool and all, but I want to make this fun. I want to make this safe, and I don't want, like, the last thing I want to do is make anything political, because I know there's a lot of people in RLC that like to make things very political. I want to stay as far away from that as possible, because again, like, Honest beautifully said it, it's about the diecast, it's not about the money. So I don't want to talk about anything other than diecast, about what I want to talk about, like, for example, like my favorite diecast from this. One thing that I do think is underrated is this guy. The Lamborghini Miura. Yeah, it's expensive. But if you compare this to the mainline, this guy is actually really, really well done. Very accurate. Closes very well. You can definitely see it's not as seamless, but it's pretty flush. I think that this guy is pretty underrated. But yeah, that's kind of my rules when it comes to like collaborating with other content creators, is that I need to see the videos they make. I need to see what they're like, and I want to try to keep it respectful. And again, that's kind of how I feel about it. So that's kind of why I didn't really leave my email out in the open, because I don't want like crazy people emailing me really negative and bad stuff, or just, which is bound to happen, if I'm being completely honest with you. So I'll figure that out. I'm going to figure that out, how I'm going to do that in the future. I'm going to put my email. It has to be business inquiries only. If it's just, if it's an email that's just wasting my time or just hate, it's going to get spammed immediately. So I'm going to have to do some research on how I'm going to be able to moderate that in a way where it's maintainable. Because again, I'm still kind of on a hiatus a little bit. I'm still trying to take a break off social media, taking a break off of content creation. I've been making some content creation here and there, so it's not a huge thing. So I actually bought this on the Montel's Creations website. Unfortunately, you can't buy this anymore. It's sold out, and this is worth, I believe, over $150. I bought this for $50, which is unfortunate, because I think that they should continue to make this. It's a very great product. You can hang it on a wall, or you can have it on a desk, like I have it right here. So, yeah, that is it. But let me see. Is there anything else that I want to open? Because I opened everything that I had that I was waiting for. There is one more, but it's the Supra. So I'm gonna leave another poll if you guys want me to open that. Okay. All right, starting another poll. So it's entirely up to you guys. I'm indifferent. I did do a poll like a year ago when I first got it, but let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to make a decision. Okay. So, what car came with your display? I believe it was a 510 Datsun. It was a yellow. It was a black and yellow 510 Datsun that came with this display. Yeah. So let me see. I'm gonna try setting up my email on this thing. Okay. 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 All right. So, honest, I don't know if you're still online, if you're still watching, but I just added my I just added my email to my channel page. You can go to it, look at the channel page, and it'll be there if you want to contact me there. Super Treasure Hunt Hunter, they are better opened. I agree. I honestly do like these RLCs better opened, but I also like the card art too. I want to keep the card art. But then again, I don't want to just keep cardboard. I like seeing the RLC. You know what they should do? They should do what not Inno64, Mini GT does with their RLC. Make it easy to open and be able to reclose it, because how Mini GT is that it has like a blister, like a plastic protector like this built into it, and basically they don't have my bad. The way that they have it packaged is that they don't have like this thing glued on. It's kind of like separate, and then when you take it off, you can take this blister off and you can get the car easier. Mini GT, I really wish Mattel would adopt that for Mini GT, because that way you don't have to buy two of them. You can just buy one of them, just like the acrylic cases. Maybe I should make a video about suggestions that Mattel should do for the RLC in the future. All right, no one disagreed, so we're opening the Supra, and then I'm gonna end out the stream. Wow. So, I'm not trying to lie, but I think I can't find it. I can't find my Supra anywhere. And it's weird because I saw it recently and I don't know what I was going to do with it. This never. Normally, I will admit my basement is a huge mess. But I don't think I would have let something like that slip through the cracks. I can't, I can't find it. People may think I'm pulling their leg, but I can't find it. I'm sorry, guys. I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. And it's not on my wall. I'm looking on my wall. It's not there. It's not. It's not in the pile of closed RLCs that I have either. I don't know what the hell just happened to it. Unbelievable. Oh, actually, I want to check one place. There might be one place. Okay, I found it. Found it. It was in a tote. Up. Accidentally dropped it. Now the value just depreciated by 50% because I dropped it. Found it. It's right here. Someone asked me a question. Who asked me a question? Do you have IDs in your collection? No, I don't. I don't have any IDs in my collection. I was thinking about it because the paint job I think it was like a Zamac paint job. It looked really cool, but no, I don't have any IDs in my collection. All right, so this guy is going to be sacrificed for the name of the stream. Any last words? No? Okay. I'll open you up, set you free. So, I got this via Overdrive. Via potato. I got this in Overdrive. I used Overdrive to get this, and I tried getting a second one through my second account, and it's sold out. So this color is not really a favorite of mine. I'm not a fan of the dark blue and the bronze wheels. And in my honest opinion, I would have rather have a red one. I think a red one would have really been nice, like like the RX-7 red. I think it would have really looked nice with that. But anyways, this guy is going to be freed from his tomb. I don't believe I'm going to get another one of these. Because again, they're coming out with the HKS and that green one. So I think I'm going to get doubles of the green one and doubles of the HKS one. This one is not really my favorite color variant, so that's why I'm okay with sacrificing it for the name of the stream, you know? And I was going to do this when I did a review, but people told me to keep it closed. But now that I'm doing this stream where I'm opening everything, I'm like fuck it. Get everything open. Because I didn't open this, and I know a lot of people were upset because the blisters were unglued. And there goes that stupid little Targa top piece. There it is. me look at this a little bit closer. I will be honest, I'm glad I opened this. Alright, just let me, Alright, let me just, I believe there's some deep imperfections in the paint. That's okay. It's RLC, I mean, they made like 40,000 of these. It's, here, let me see if I can put this, does it go on like this? I'm trying to figure out how this stupid target top goes on. There we go. Doesn't really click in, but it's good enough. So here is the RLC Supra. In this dark navy blue. Is this a navy blue? I don't really know. I'm not a big fan of this color. I think this is like, in my opinion, I think this might be the worst color for the Supra. I think the green one that's coming out is better. I think it looks better. Wouldn't you guys agree? Like, I think this color is lame. The windshield on mine looks okay, actually. Oh, there is a bit of a gap right here. I see it. Yeah, let me see if I can zoom in. Yep. It's a bit of a gap. The windshield's also kind of scratched up a little bit. That's okay. The interior is still tan, just like the green one is going to be. I'm not a big fan of the wheel choices as well. I think the wheel choices is just, the wheel choices on this is kind of cliche. It's like, oh, it's a tuner, so give it Volk wheels. Underbody looks pretty solid. Let's look at the engine bay detail. The engine bay detail, it's hard for me to see without no lights. I think it looks good. It's pretty nice. Targa top. Let me see. Let me remove that. The interior looks pretty good. I actually like the interior. What do you guys think? Again, not my favorite color. And I remember people were getting upset about the RLC Supra being sold out, and I said, guys, they're gonna come out with more. And they are. They're coming out with a selection so that everyone can have an HKS Supra, and they're coming out with a green one in December. So that's like 2 Supras we're getting in 2025, the end of 2025, and 2027, I think. So I think that's good news. I get good news for collectors, right? So that's what it looks like up close and personal. Let me just zoom out so that way it just looks better. Alright. Let me just fix this guy. Let me just, my OCD is taking over. Let me just stop it so that way it's better. There we go. I don't know, my OCD tells me, make it center. Alright. Andre, you passed on that? You're one of the rare few. If the windshield's cracked, it is what it is. I think it's just a scratch. I don't think it's cracked on mine. The Targa top doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty good. The stance of this car looks really well. I really love the stock body, but I don't know, for some reason the painted taillights and headlights on this thing look bad. I don't know if it's the paint color that is making it look like that. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. So, yeah, this is a Supra. I opened it. I decided not to be a coward and just open it, and I did, and I don't regret it. There's going to be plenty of Supras down the line in better colors. I think the first variant color is the worst one in my opinion. It just, I don't know, for some reason I just do not like this dark blue with the bronze wheels. It's like a Toyota trying to be a Subaru. I think Subaru looks way better in this kind of bronze color combo. I think I'm traumatized because of the truck with the adjustable suspension that we got last year. That one was pretty bad. I didn't like that. Yeah, I think it is trying to represent the glare. I don't like it, or like the reflection. I think it just looks silly. It looks cartoony. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. I've been live for 3 hours. You guys have been incredible for watching me for that long, concurrently. I definitely want to do this again in the future. I'll just save up on RLC, or maybe I can build that Mercedes, that Brickshop Mercedes that I have in the background, and you guys can watch me build it. You can watch me mess up, fumble, lose pieces, get angry. But I had a wonderful time, a wonderful afternoon with all of you guys. It really means a lot that you guys came to this stream, my first stream on this channel. And although it could have went a little bit more smoother, I think overall I'm kind of satisfied with the results. Hopefully it looks good post. I'm gonna focus on getting my house cleaned and trying to clean up this huge mess that I just made in the basement, opening all these RLCs. I felt like a kid on Christmas. I felt like a kid on Christmas opening all these RLCs. Unfortunately, the Porsche RWB has not arrived at my house yet. It hasn't even been shipped out, and it's been 2 to 3 weeks. That's another problem that I have with Mattel, is that they're taking their sweet time shipping these things out. Before, when you purchase them, they would ship them out right away, but now it's like we have to wait like almost a month for it to ship out. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna leave now. Take care. See ya.